is Dale Smith Thomas, and I want to welcome you to a new day with Dale, coming to you from Paragon Studios in beautiful Franklin, Tennessee. And those of you that don't know, that's just outside of Music City, beautiful Nashville, Tennessee. Wherever you are in the world right now, I am just so thankful that you are joining me through this new podcast series. I would love it if you would tweet us or send us a Facebook message and let us know where you're listening from. Just find me, Dale Smith Thomas, on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. I would love to give you a shout out on one of our upcoming podcasts. As an international motivational speaker, success coach, and author, my passion and my purpose is to deliver a message of empowerment and enlightenment that can positively affect your life. My team and I have set a really big goal this year, and that's to positively empower 100,000 lives through television, my speaking, my books, my newsletter, and now this podcast. And my greatest hope is that you will be part of that goal by sharing with others any of the ideas that you will learn through this podcast. I believe that together we can create a ripple effect that can truly help others change their lives. I am so glad you're here. Welcome to a new day with Dale. Hi, this is Dale, and I am so glad that you are joining me for today's podcast. I truly believe if you're listening to me that there is something here for you, an idea that can help you live your greatest life. So I'm going to ask you to really pay attention to what gets your attention in today's podcast. You know, actually, that's a really great life principle. I'm going to say that one more time. Pay attention to what gets your attention. Because where your attention goes, your energy flows. I believe that what gets your attention is a message for you to help you with your life. Okay, I want to tell you something. Something that is true and something that you may not hear very often, or maybe you've never heard it. But I don't have to know you. I don't have to have ever met you to know that this statement is true. So what is that? It's this fact. You are extraordinary. Now, I'm going to say that one more time. You are extraordinary. Now, I want to ask you something. How do you feel when I say that? Do you immediately say, you know what, Dale? That's right. I am extraordinary. Or do you instantly think, yeah, right. I'm not extraordinary. There's nothing extraordinary about me. Regardless of what you felt when I asked you that, I hope that after our time together today, that you will start to feel and recognize and accept that you truly are extraordinary. So let's define it before we go any further. What does extraordinary really mean? Well, here's what the dictionary says it means. It means something or someone that is remarkable, unusual, surprising, going beyond what is usual, regular, or customary. So honestly, with that definition, anyone can be extraordinary. It goes back to what we talked about in an earlier episode. It's simply a decision. I want you to hear me, but I want you not to just hear me with your head. I want you to hear me with your heart and your soul. There's something extraordinary in you that you have not been trained to believe in. You've bought into the message that there's nothing special about you. You've bought into that message that you're average in every way. And if you are feeling average and that you have no talent, that you can't live your dream, you can't change your life, you've simply not come to a place yet where you can apply your special set of skills and your special talent. Each and every one of you that are listening to me right now, you have a special set of skills and talent, but maybe you just haven't discovered it yet. You can go way beyond ordinary, way beyond just being average. But there is a key to doing that. And here is the key. You can have more than you've got in your life right now if you're willing to become more than you are right now. Did you really hear that? You can have more if you're willing to become more. Remember the definition, going beyond what is usual and customary? That's what extraordinary is. The key is if you want your life to get better, you have to get better. I remember when I first heard that, I'm like, oh, really? It's up to me? But that's exactly what I've done. The more that I've worked on myself, the more that I've worked on my skill, the more that I've worked on my talent, my life has gotten better. But as I've mentioned before about your mind, the first place you have to be exceptional, you have to be wealthy, you have to be abundant, is in your mind and your soul. And the good news is, only you control your mind. Let me ask you this. What would your bank account look like if you never made a deposit, but you kept spending? Well, you'd be broke and you'd be overdrawn, and the bank would be looking for you. Well, if you don't want your soul to be broke and overdrawn from all that you're giving out in your life, you've got to make regular deposits into your soul. And congratulations, that's what you're doing right now. You're making a deposit into your soul because this is soul food for you. Watching 5 hours of TV at night is not a deposit. Being on social media for hours, and I love social media, and I want you to tweet me and Instagram me and all that. But being on there for 5 hours, stalking people to see what they're doing, is not a deposit in your soul. Hanging out with negative and toxic people is not a deposit in your mental bank account. If you want your soul to be abundant, you have to make regular deposits that feed and grow your soul. You have to train yourself to be extraordinary, just like an athlete. You have to have that mind shift. And the first mind shift that all extraordinary people have, and they've learned this, that you cannot wait to feel like it. You may never feel like it. Motion creates emotion. You may not feel like doing what it takes to make positive deposits in your life. But if you want to be extraordinary and create a life that you want, you cannot be lazy in learning. Do you want to know what can truly make you extraordinary? That's not going to be fun. For many of you, I love it now, but I've had to commit to it. It's deciding to commit 60 minutes a day to learning. I can hear you guys groaning from here like, oh, really? I've got to keep learning? I've already graduated from high school. I've graduated from college. You can't be lazy in learning if you want to be extraordinary. Do you believe that the pro athletes, extraordinary athletes, only commit to 60 minutes of training a day? Do you think they go, hey, I did my hour, I'm done? You and I both know that's not true. If you want to have an extraordinary life, why wouldn't you do the same thing? If you began to train your mind like an athlete trains, guess what? You'd set that alarm an hour earlier to get up and train the brain. If you decided to start your day, wait for it, 4:30 or 5 o'clock, you know what? You've already tackled one of the biggest parts and the hardest parts of the day, getting started. But how many people is it so easy to roll over and hit that snooze button? Change is a choice. Being extraordinary is a choice. Are you going to feel like it? No, of course you're not. Accept it. Get over it. Athletes don't feel like it, and you're not going to feel like it. But guess what? They do it anyway. If you're going to be extraordinary, know this. Discipline is forcing yourself to behave differently than you feel. Discipline is forcing yourself to take action even when you don't feel like it. And you know what? Discipline is not punishment, like we've been taught since we were children. Discipline is just training. It's training. In fact, one of the upcoming podcasts, I'm going to talk to you about this self-discipline and changing the way you approach it. You see, your life is the perfect reflection of the work that you did or did not do. Your relationships are the perfect reflection of the work that you've done or not done. Your body is the perfect reflection of the work you've done or not done. Think about that, because I think it's the easiest visual. If you didn't do the work, If you ate donuts, I'm guilty. I brought donuts in for the team today. That's one of my guilty pleasures, but I don't eat them every day. But if you ate donuts every day and cheeseburgers and fries all the time, your body would reflect that choice and the fact that you weren't working out and eating healthy. Extraordinary people that are having extraordinary results, they're just a reflection of all the work that they've been doing. What does your psychological bank account look like right now? And let me tell you this, it's better than it was yesterday because you're here with me right now, listening to some life principles that can change your life. But the question is, what will it be tomorrow? Will you truly get up earlier? Start to invest that 60 minutes into yourself. How much time will you spend really working on you to be extraordinary? It truly is a new day, and anyone can change their minds. It's not a question of can you change. It's a question of will you change. I'm believing that you will, and I believe you will continue to develop the extraordinary person that you are. Guys, don't forget, send me a tweet on Instagram, a message on Facebook. Let me know if you had a takeaway from today. And if you're loving this, I also invite you to join me through Motivational Monday. It's an e-newsletter that I send out every week. Very simple. Just text the word motivational to this number, 66866. One more time. Text the word motivational to 66866. I know that you're extraordinary. I just hope you will find it for yourself. This is Dale Smith Thomas. Thank you for again joining me on A New Day with Dale. I'll see you next time. God bless you.
It can be your finest hour. You take control, look deep in yourself. All your gifts will unfold. Unleash your power.